I'm about to get out here and start working on my garden. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to break up the ground, till it up as good as I can. There's some grass and stuff growing. I've cut it down with the weed eater. So it's nice and close to the ground. I'm just going to till it in. I'm going to let it sit. Tomorrow, today's Sunday, so tomorrow I'll be going to a local farm supply place, and I'm going to pick up a truckload of soil amendment. It's about $22 a truckload. So I'm going to get probably about 2, maybe 3 of those and dump on the garden. I want to get some peat moss to add to the garden as well. But my local home improvement stores, Lowe's, Home Depot, neither one has it in stock except for in the really small bags that cost like 20 something dollars for about a gallon of it. And that's not how I want to buy it. I want to buy it in the big bales, the 3 cubic foot bales, for usually around about $20 or so. They don't have those in stock right now, so I'm not sure if I'm going to get to add those or not. But today I'm going to till in the garden, and I'm going to cut me a line to the garden because I'm going to run an irrigation line, and I'm going to try to cut most of that, till it with the tiller. That way it'll be easier to dig, because like I said, I've got some really hard clay to get through. And I'm going to try to make this as easy on myself as possible. So yeah, I'm going to get started on that, and I'll be back. Hey everybody, I'm back now. As you can see, and that's not exactly straight. That's where the trench for my water line is going to go. It's not exactly straight, but it'll work. I can make it work. It'll make it a lot easier to dig the trench and lay the pipe with my Matic. So that was the main goal, is just to make it as easy as I can on myself. Now right here where all this hose is hanging, I'm going to run a pipe under this fence here and sink a steel post in the ground right here. I've got a solar water timer that I'm going to hook my garden hose up to, my soaker hose. I got probably about 200 foot, maybe 250 foot of soaker hose that I'm going to hook up to it, as well as a spray hose. So I'm probably going to have about 3 lines coming off that one spigot that I'm going to install here. I want 2 lines to cover the full length of the garden, and I want shutoffs for each of those, and then I want a line, a hose with a spray nozzle, so I can do spot watering where I need to, if I need to do some extra or whatever. But anyway, I'm sure you guys saw in some of these gardens fully tilled now, and several spots I was able to go pretty quick because I've tilled it before, particularly on this end right here. And you can see this is mostly clay. Over here is a little bit darker because I piled, for the past couple of years, I put quite a pile of wood chips in here around my tomatoes, so it looks like it's doing a little bit better. But yeah, so I don't know what that was. Anyway, yeah, there were a couple of spots, particularly over here towards this fence line, that I don't know if you could see or not. I had to go over 2 or 3 different times because it was just so hard packed. And there were a couple of spots where the clay balled up and stuck right between the wheels of the tiller. So I had to raise it up and kind of drive it around to give that clay a chance to fall out from underneath the tiller. It kept it from going too deep in there. Actually, there were some places where I could only go like 1 inch or 2 deep. And of course, right over here, there's a huge rock in this area right here that I kept hitting. It's like 1 inch under the soil. So that's one reason why I want to bring in 2-3 truckloads of soil amendment to build up on this soil. Try to give myself some more growing medium in these shallow, hard packed spots. And at the end of the year, after I'm done gardening, after I do my fall garden, if I do one, I'm seriously thinking about planting some cover crop in here. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to do that or what I'm going to add if I do. And of course, I've still got some cleanup along the fence here. This fence is old. I need to pull it off of there, weed eat along the fence line, and reattach the fence, fix it. There's some places where it's damaged, and I need a new gate, so that's still some stuff to do. But I've got the next 2 days off, so I'm going to try to get as much as I can done. And when I start planting, I'm going to probably plant pretty thick. That's what I've got in mind anyway. And I'm going to mulch it. I can get wood chips. I'll probably do some with that, and I'm also going to get some mulch straw at the farm supply. I'm probably going to lay that down pretty thick too. Anything I can to help hold in moisture and build up the soil a bit. I'm going to try to start me a compost pile. The last time I attempted that, it didn't work out too well because I wasn't able to go out there and turn it as much as I should, or as regular as I should. and weeds started growing up into it, and it just got really hard packed and knotted up with roots from weeds. So I may try that again this year. We'll see. Uh, it all depends on what kind of time I've got. Usually, I know last year I worked a lot of overtime, and I'm expecting to do the same this year. So I'm trying to set it up to where I can make it as easy on myself as possible. That's why I'm setting up with the solar water timer. It doesn't require a battery, it's solar powered. And it will automatically water the garden, because that was one of my failures last year. My major failure last year was I would work 12 hours or more, come in, and it would be almost dark. I'd have, the normal things to do. I got to cook dinner, I got to wash clothes, things like that. And I just didn't have time to come out here and water it as often as I should. And there were times that I just simply forgot because I was so tired and had so much to do. This solar timer, I'm going to see how it works out. Hopefully it'll make it watering a little bit more regular, so I'll get better results from my plants. I've got some organic, natural plant treatments like Garrett juice. I'll go into that in another video, and I'll do a review on that solar timer after I've used it for a little while. Let you guys know how it worked out. But I think I'm about done out here for the day. I'm gonna let this rest, let the grass and stuff dry out. I've got some other stuff I've got to do, and I'm sorry, got distracted there for a second. And I got some other projects I want to work on. I probably need to start going ahead and laying that water line. I may or may not do a video on that. Gluing together 100 foot of PVC pipe's kind of boring though. So that's about all I'm going to do for right now. When I come back and add the soil amendments, I'm going to till those in again. So I'll probably do another video on that, and then I'll do another video when I start planting and mulching and staking things out. Anyway, I appreciate you guys watching as always. If you like this video, please like it, share it if you got anything useful out of it and think anybody else might be interested in it. Until next time, watch you guys backs. Stay safe, take care of your families. I'll catch you later. Hey guys, so I'm back now. I've got 2 scoops of the what my local farm supply calls super soil, which is a type of compost that they sell. It's $26 a scoop, so this was like $52 for this truckload of soil. It does have a lot of, it's richer, there's some moisture to it. It does have a lot of organic material in it. I don't know if y'all can see that. I'm in the process now of spreading it a thin layer across the entire garden, and then I'm gonna after I'm done spreading it, I'm gonna work it in with the tiller. And then I've got on top of this, I've got some peat moss, a couple of small bags of peat moss I'm going to be adding to probably this end of the garden where I'm going to be planting my tomatoes and beans, okra, the main stuff I normally grow. But this is what I've got right now, and this is what I'm going to be working on. So I'm going to set this camera up probably so y'all can see some of the work that I'm doing, but beyond that, it's just going to be repetitive, so I need to get to it. Okay, so I finished doing the tilling on the garden, and as you can see, I scattered out this super soil, this soil amendment I got from my farm supply store not far from here. But before I could work everything in with the tiller, it started raining. The ground's really wet, and I was going to wait a couple of days and let it dry out, but it's just kept raining. So it doesn't, there's a lot of rain in the forecast. It doesn't look like we're going to get enough sun for the ground to dry out probably for about the next week. So this is just going to have to sit here like it is, because I can't work it in with it wet. It'd just be a big muddy mess if I try to do that. So whenever the weather does clear up and the ground dries out, I'll come back. I'll finally work it back in, and I'll probably go ahead and start planting then. Hopefully it won't be more than a week or so, but we'll just have to come back then, and I'll give you an update on how it looks after it's all worked in and when I'm ready to plant. Anyway, I appreciate you guys watching. If you find any value in these videos, I'd appreciate it if you could like, share them, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll have some more videos out soon. Until then, take care, guys. Watch your six. I'll catch you later.